Honestly, just so it's one thing that you don't realize, but when you're out there in the desert, there's no chairs. You're not sitting down. You're either lying on the floor or you're on your feet. And when I crossed the finish line on the long stage, I crossed the finish line. It was the first time I'd cried in maybe 15 years or since I was a kid. And the tears were both like this in awe of like what the mind and body is capable of, but also just the relief of like, okay, if I've done today, I've finished the event. Because the next 2 days were much simpler. It was a marathon the next day and then a half marathon the day after that. But there was a chair. And I remember just sitting down on that chair. And that's when the tears came over me. And I just was so grateful to be able to just sit down. So just the basic stuff, like, yeah, toilets, good foods. You're eating like not real food, to be honest, beef jerky, and you're on 1,800 calories a day.
You must have lost a lot of weight, I imagine, that week.
Yeah, about 3-4 kg. Yeah, quickly comes back on though.
Do you have to carry all the fluid you're taking with you as well?
No, that's the one thing they give you. So you have your 2 water bottles, and then at each checkpoint they refill your water bottles.
Do you think doing things like this has helped you with your own personal brand in terms of social media as well? Because it's like people following along kind of like the hero's journey a bit and making you stand out to be different.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that one of the reasons you think you do it, or is it also more just for the fun of it? I don't know if fun's the right word for it, but like the challenge.
So as I've kind of evolved, I've realized one thing I'm very inspired to do and to be is a role model and a leader for others. I think that stems from having such great role models in my life. And although I'm not religious, I love in the Bible when it says, to whom much is given, much is expected, and almost feel like I have an obligation on my shoulders to be for other people what maybe they didn't have in terms of a role model, and can demonstrate actually the mind and body, and you are so much more capable than we often realize. So if by dragging myself through the Sahara, I've got my own selfish reasons for doing it, but if I can just be a source of inspiration for somebody else, and they can think, fuck, like, I want to do something like that, and I can demonstrate that, then yeah, for me, that's really meaningful.
As your dad mentioned before, the difference between Tyler on the internet and real Tyler.
On the podcast really recently with him. To be honest, I don't know what he's referring to there. The difference between me on the internet, feedback I've had from friends is that actually maybe I don't show my full personality on the internet too much.
I get the same.
Yeah. Which I think is just a skill. Although I'm very relaxed on camera, I'm very relaxed shooting content. Maybe some of my humor doesn't show up online too much, but yeah, I think I want to continue to like lean more into the authenticity side of things and actually showcase more of the downsides of running a business. Not that I've ever intentionally like hidden that. It's just, especially over recent years, of like there has been more challenge and more problems to solve and more resistance. Continue to showcase more of that side of things. I think when I was young, like I started creating content when I was maybe 19, 20 years old. When you're that young, you just want to show off to your friends. You want to show them like, look at this house I've just bought and I'm doing. And
it's all stay as ego games.
Yeah. But, and I heard this before, but someone came up in conversation earlier this week that like the final stage of spirituality is returning back to materialism. But what it means by that is when you're young, you're materialistic because of like the status side of things and the ego side of things. And then you start to realize actually some people begin to resent it and push it away, and they want to just be like, oh, I don't need these things. But then when you return to materialism, you come to it from a place of like, I can have nice things, but I'm not attached to these things. And I think that's where I'm at in my life as well now. I've had the nice cars, got sick of them a little bit, realized actually the last 6 months, I've been living out of a 2 suitcases in Airbnbs. My whole focus has been on the business. My personal life, I've not thought about buying another nice watch, a nice car, just been all in on the business. But I've kind of loved that. And I think now, if I continue to buy nice things for myself, it's just coming from a place of like, this isn't to feed my ego. It's just because I genuinely, if no one was watching, I would still drive this car. If no one was watching, I would still wear this watch, kind of thing.
I think that's an interesting place to get to, because even I kind of go through waves where initially, maybe 2-3 years ago, I wanted all the status shit for like getting a flashy car and all this other type of stuff. And then I kind of gone through a wave that recently where I kind of went the other way, and I saw like, this is really like, I'm very open-minded. I saw an energy healer in Marbella like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she didn't know fucking anything about me, like nothing. And she made a comment of being like, you're happier just walking around your backpack than you are with a Ferrari. She didn't know I had a fucking Ferrari. And it's like, it's true. I was happier just like floating around there with my laptop around coffee shops, just doing whatever I wanted, than like having all this expensive stuff. And that's where it realized for me, kind of like we said earlier, that it's like, it's who you become in the process is important, rather than actually like having the materialistic thing. Because what you can start to find is those things start to own you, or you've got the shit you don't need to deal with. Like, I don't know, the biggest issue I have with Dubai right now is my fucking cold plunge is broken because it's too fucking hot. Yeah. So like, okay, I need to get someone to fucking fix that. And it's like, it just creates more stuff, which I think I kind of now craving the simplicity you have of just like, I don't want anything else but my laptop and just my brain.
It's a season of life I'm in, and you go through these seasons. But I think it's Tyler Durden in Fight Club that says it best, right? The more you own, the more it owns you.
Oh, yeah. But you don't understand until you kind of in it, I think. Which is,
you have to go through it.
Yeah, and that's why I always say to people, like, you should go and do it, because then you understand. Or even I've had loads of bills with cars recently of just stupid shit. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Like,
I've been there, yeah.
It's a fun and interesting game. It's like the supercars, you don't drive them enough, you have to fucking fix something. If you drive it too much, you have to fix something. So it's just like, where's the happy kind of medium in these things, I think.
Oh, what a privilege.
What would you say in terms of your comparison now, having lived in Dubai a while versus the UK? What do you think is the biggest benefit of being here? In particular, like a lot of people still think, because of the war kind of situation, that Dubai is maybe struggling, but for me, it just feels like normal now again.
It's back to normal. And one thing, when that first missile hit, I got intercepted above our heads. Another thing I said to Aidan, my business partner, he's much younger than me, although he's extremely wise. I said to him, just watch how quickly people adapt to this new reality. And remember that first night, especially because I live in a high-rise building in downtown, nobody wanted to go back to their apartments. Everyone was in the lobby or the car park, just panicking all through the night. I was fine. I just went up to bed. But and then the alerts go off on your phone, these huge, loud, almost like sirens that trigger everyone's cortisol response. PTSD. And so that was the first night. By day 3, I remember walking down the boulevard. Alert goes off. People look at their phone, put it back in their pocket, and just crack on with everyday life. And then, within 2 weeks, it's back to normal. For me now, I end up turning the notifications off on my phone for the alerts, so I don't think it's been here for a while anyway. But for me, it's just, if I can't see it or hear it, and I can't control it, I'm just not even going to bother thinking about it. The main differences between the UK and Dubai, I'm coming from London, where I kind of had a nice setup, but I think about those people that live in the middle of nowhere in the UK, up north in the sticks. Like, there is a bigger game to be playing, and I host a mastermind in Dubai every year for the last 5 years, where, because my audience has mostly been the UK, I'll bring them from the UK to Dubai, show them Dubai over the course of 5 days. We'll take a villa in the Palm, like your place here.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.